After missing the first 4 rounds, Marquez came back to racing in the only way he knows how. Crashing in almost all the practice sessions, he somehow managed to drag his Honda on the front row while the other 3 failed to even make it to Q2. Finishing the sprint in P5, Marquez showed he still hasn't lost anything despite being constantly off the track for 3 years now. And while the 1000s GP was full of chaos, Marc managed to stay out of trouble for the most part. Running in P2 for most of the race, Marquez leaned too much when Martin got past him, and the 8-time world champion ended the race in the gravel with just 2 laps to go. Although content with his race pace and the way his race weekend panned out, Marquez has warned Honda not to get complacent at all. Marquez admitted that all through the race he was running on the limit, and racing on the limit of crashing 100% of the time is not the way to win titles. Marc said, "I enjoyed it a lot. It was one of my better races in a long time. It is true that I crashed, but I enjoyed it a lot. I was riding well and felt well with the bike. We showed everybody that we are there, but now it is time to analyze. It is true that I would like to finish the race, but with the tools we have, it is difficult for the moment to fight for those positions. I saw that I was able to do it, but not in the best way. We have to fight in that position with less risk, so we have to work together with the team. To win the championship, we have to improve the bike. I said in the box, I'm fine, I'm ready. I've ridden like I have not done in a long time now, but we can't go like this in every race." MotoGP is closer than ever, and thanks to independent teams having full factory support these days, every rider on the grid can now fight for the wins. But the reigning world champion believes that the reduced gap in performance between the factory and the satellite bikes is to blame for increased crashes in recent years. Pecco even went to the extent of saying that MotoGP should somehow introduce a performance gap between the factory and the independent bikes of up to 7 tenths per lap, all in the name of safety. If you think Pecco's story was bizarre, listen to this. We all know Fabio and Yamaha are going through a tough time. However, after his home race, the 2021 world champion revealed that he had the potential to finish much higher than P7, and his race was compromised due to a physical issue. Fabio suffered from arm bump in the middle of the race, and he believes the reason for the arm pump was an aggressive hand massage he had before the race. Since the race at Portimao, Jorge Martin and Marc Marquez have been involved in a pseudo-anonymous battle of words. First, Martin was furious with Marquez for the Portimao crash and said that it's always the same with Marc. Then Martin took out the younger Marquez brother at Texas, and Marc was quick to retaliate. So when the pair was involved in a battle for second position, there was some extra tension there. But both riders were happy that they managed to keep it clean and left space for each other. Martin enjoyed the exchanges so much that after the race, he said that he would have liked to share the podium with Marquez after the battle they had on the track. So does this mean the hatchet is now buried? I'm sure we'll get to know the next time they are out there fighting for the same piece of tarmac again. And the 2020 world champion, Joan is starting to worry about the longevity of his career as he is headed down the same path as Jorge Lorenzo and Pol Espargaro. So far this season, out of 10 point scoring events, Mir has scored only on 1 occasion and currently sits even below Jonas Folger, the gas stand-in for injured Pol Espargaro. In the meantime, he has seen his teammate qualify on the front row twice, stand on the sprint podium once, and worst of all, seen his old teammate win at Austin. After another DNF at Le Mans, Mir admitted that he is starting to get worried about his future and urged Honda to help him feel more comfortable on the RC213V. Mir claims that his team is unable to understand his riding style. Mir said that he is ready to adapt to the bike but need help from his team to understand what to change. Is it a valid request, or is it something a rider should understand on his own? What do you think about Pecco's weird theory about introducing a performance gap between factory bike and independent bikes? Let me know by taking part in the poll on the community page. And before you leave, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing if you aren't already subscribed.